Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back. Today, I have more no contact success stories. I know that these are very helpful if you are in no contact, if you're waiting to hear from your ex, and you're wondering if you are ever going to hear from them. And so hearing stories from other people who were in your exact position and who did end up hearing from their ex, I know is very helpful and helps you to keep the faith. But before I start, I would like to remind you to be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. And while you're at it, tap the bell icon so you'll be notified when a new video is up. All right, let's get started. The first one is a little long, but I think it has a lot of important things to say, so this is why I'm including it. All right, and it starts with, from my own experience, I can attest that no contact, in fact, does work. My ex ended things with me after 1 year and 3 months. I was devastated as I had made him my world, which I shouldn't have. I was the type that you hear about that did everything I was not supposed to do afterwards. Pleaded, cried, fought, apologized, kept texting, etc., wanting to understand why and to try and repair things. But he was hell-bent on ending things and was very cold and hurtful for me to get the message. That's right. When you don't get the message, at first they're nice, but then if you continue with the pleading and the crying and the fighting and the apologizing and the texting, then they're going to get nasty. Continuing on, he even went as far to say that he never wanted to hear from me again, which totally broke me inside. I never thought I would get over this guy, but after I rejected his last late-night booty call, I decided to go no contact. In this time, I turned all of my attention onto myself, healing and making myself whole again. During this time, I got my mojo back. I felt happy and free again and trusted that the universe had someone better for me, as clearly this guy who I wanted to be the one was in fact obviously not the one for me, because it was so easy for him to say goodbye and walk away. Fast forward 94 days, so that's over 3 months. I was doing the dishes, and for some reason he came to mind. I felt very strongly that I would be hearing from him, although I didn't know why. The thought came and went. Not even an hour later, I received a text from him asking how I was doing. I could not believe it, and was in shock, because I knew just how badly everything had ended. I did not answer, as by this time, having time to reflect on our relationship due to no contact, I was not interested in him any longer. 15 minutes later, he texted, "I know it's weird and out of the blue that I'm texting, but I wanted to, and so I did." I still did not respond, and still haven't, and that was a week ago. I feel like I am completely over him now, and I don't want to go back to that relationship. If it couldn't work the first time, and he didn't want me, why would it work now? My point is, in sharing this, is that I was the biggest skeptic of no contact, and out of my fear and anxiety of losing him, and that he would move on and forget about me, I always wanted to stay in touch. Now I know for sure that this no contact thing, for as long as need be, works 100%. If someone never reaches back out, then that shows you that there's truly nothing left to salvage. So why would you want that? Be loved, accepted, and respected. If anyone does not or cannot appreciate the person you are and see your value, then that is not someone you should want in your life. This whole breakup experience, and finally moving on, has taught me so much about myself. Although it was extremely painful and very depressing at first, and I didn't understand why it had to happen, I can now say that I am truly thankful that it did. I will never be how I was before. I now put myself first and feel that was the lesson I needed to learn. Self-love is key and essential to go through life, and especially when relating with another person in a relationship. We attract who we are, and when we can raise our own energy, that is what we will attract to us. I no longer resonate with where my ex is, and so I can easily think to myself, nah, I'm no longer interested. So much so where I felt indifferent to his texts, although a little surprised that after everything we had said to each other, he did reach out to me. We're almost at the end of this, don't worry. To everyone going through a breakup, just hang in there and stay strong. You got this. turn your attention inward and give yourself everything you want to give to your ex. You will start to see over time that you will feel better and start to get some clarity on the way things really were and not what we fantasized or wished things were. I fully believe our journey is all about returning home to ourselves. It's not about finding someone else to make us feel whole. Relationships should just be an addition to your already great life. As I write this, I can honestly say that 3 months ago, I never thought I would feel this way and be over him. So don't give up. You are already enough and worthy of love, but we must give that to ourselves first before we can attract that love to us, whether that be a new love or the ex. What a great comment that was. All right, let me read a short one here after that very long one. Okay, this one says, my ex had been posting really sad and depressing tweets directed towards me since I started no contact a week ago. He just texted, hey, should I respond? If not, should I just read it or leave it unseen? So I responded with, no, don't respond. And then she wrote, he ended up sending me a long message, which I didn't respond to, telling me he understands how I felt, and I didn't respond to that either. And then he asked if he could call me, and I said, sure. And we talked for 4 hours. Wow, that's a long time to be talking. I'll have to discuss that in another video. And we got some sushi yesterday and got back together. This method really works. Like, he's really not the type to reach out first or admit his mistakes. Well, here's the thing about that. People go, oh, my ex are stubborn, or he'll never reach out. Listen, interest level trumps everything, including someone who's stubborn, someone who's not the type to reach out. So if their interest level goes up once you go into no contact, no matter how stubborn they are, they're going to reach out. We've all had that one person that we reached out to, we did something with or for or to that we never would have done with anyone else because our interest level is so high. And that's why you have to stay in no contact most of the time, because you have to see if they are willing to overcome their stubbornness and pride and reach out. So that is it for today. 2 more no contact success stories. If you are going through a breakup, I know that it's painful. You'll want to reach out. Hopefully these stories have helped. And if you need someone to speak to, I do private coaching. So you can reach me at theartoflove.net. The direct link is below, and you can also sign up for my free newsletter while you're there. If you're listening on YouTube, remember to like and subscribe. If you are listening on iTunes, I would appreciate it if you would rate and review the podcast. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.